you explain the quarantine process for families if their kid does eventually test positive for COVID-19? Other siblings, parents, what's that process look like for them? What is recommended?
So the process is really the same no matter what the age of the individual is. So if you're quarantined, that means you've been exposed to someone who has COVID-19, and you need to remove yourself from as many people as possible, so that if you do develop symptoms, if you do start shedding the virus, you won't expose a lot of people. Now, obviously, if you're a child and you're dependent on others to get your food and do some of your daily activities, that's really hard to quarantine them effectively. So what I would say, if you're a household that has young children who need to be quarantined, is those who can should be wearing a mask around that young person when they have to be with them. And you should limit the number of people who have to be with that person. So as best you can, that person should stay in their bedroom or their room as often as they can. Now, obviously, a young child, that might be really hard to do. But you got to do the best you can do. And if that child needs to come out or is going to come out, then everyone should be wearing a mask, the quarantine individual and then anyone around them. Chances are, if the child has been diagnosed with COVID-19 in the household, there are going to be other close contacts in the household who will be quarantined. So I would just say do the best you can. Make sure you clean up in the bathroom after the sick person has used the restroom, and then you mask up and you limit your interactions as best you can. When you're dining or you're eating and you can't be masked up, try to separate individuals so that the people who are eating are in one part of the home or maybe outside if possible, and the people who haven't been exposed, who aren't quarantined, are in another part of the house, or they're just eating at different times. You just have to be creative and try to do your best to separate the individuals.